This is the latest Jeep update. Getting ready to evacuate, big hurricane coming. The reason I bought the Jeep. And we also got a Gladiator too. That's my wife's. She got a 2020 Gladiator Overland, all black interior, paint to match, tonneau. It's pretty snazzy. Looks pretty cute next to this thing too. But the Jeep update. Fully functioning sink with shower adapter hose so I can clip it up top. I've got the water bags full up, non-potable with water indeed. I've not wired my lights in. I do have the wire up through here and everything. I have not stuck them up here, so I won't be able to get that done in time. I built my interior shelves, and I have my battery pack, Rocktal's 300 watt. It's a 280 watt hour battery bank that's charging off the solar on the roof right now. The KingBox HD TV tuner, two-way splitter HDMI. One side is the HD TV tuner, and one side is an Amazon Fire Stick, which goes to that box up there, where I can plug some extra accessories in, including the refrigerator. This is where the switch plugs in. This is a bypass USB-C that comes out of the screen up top here. As you put power into it through a USB-C PD, it can then bypass that power back to the switch, so it can charge the switch and display what's on the switch on the screen. Up top here, I have the MoFi 4G LTE router, and this is all powered by this system here, so all I have to do is push the AC on button and everything turns on essentially, which I'll actually do that, why not? You can see the router lit up. It's going to boot through its phases. See the little blue light on the HDMI. KingBox should boot any second there. And that's first on. And then I got these side pouches too. These bags are really nice. They're actually really well made. They have really nice compartments. I'll show you those too. Those are going to be really good for storage. And then the other side, I completed the storage on this side, or at least what I have now. I'm going to probably put some kind of a mesh webbing on the outside. I had some, it's just not the right size for the application, so I'll modify that. But I wanted a paper towel roll holder here, and this just has a pull-out pin. There's a little lock point, so it pops out, and then it folds out at a 45, so you can slide this off, and then slide a new one on, and then it pops right back into place, and then it locks it in. So you always have those on the handy. I have some towels there and some wipes, and I have some toiletry stuff up there that'll all be all mesh webbed in. A towel down in there. And then the drawers, of course. We got stove in the back, and then more food and butane accessories and otherwise food stuff. This drawer I haven't sorted yet. And these drawers are about 30 inches deep, I believe. This one has some miscellaneous tools like the air pump and some batteries and stuff like that. Have to organize that. And obviously I have some space under these as well. I've got a hiking pack, I've got my camera bag and some other accessories there. But that gives me a huge amount of space in the Jeep, as well as these storage boxes under the seats. And I use the space on the sides of the seats as well. So with that being said, that gives me enough space that if I don't push the seats forward, there's not quite enough leg room to have a full 6 foot tall person sleeping. But when you do push the seats forward, which I'll do, and I'll put the air mattress out so you can see it, it gives you a lot more room. And furthermore to these bags, I guess I should show you that. These have this really nice optional shelf in them, so you can Velcro it up, but it's a nice sturdy shelf. They have a really good wide and very deep, I would say, to the back. It covers out to my elbow, so you're at like 18 to 20 inches out, probably longer than that. But yeah, it's a lot of compartments, a lot of space, storage, so if you have a lot of stuff, it's an easy way to keep all your gear up and away, and it also covers these back windows from light, so you keep a lot more of the heat out of the vehicle, as well as the light just for sleeping and things like that. So this is with the decking system on. I'll push the seats forward and put the air mattress in, so you can see that. And before I put that in, I also have the 200 watts of HQST solar on the roof. And that does really well in low light with this MPPT inverter in that. I also made my own side mount brackets. I didn't like the ones that I got. They were just too ugly and I wanted to build it out of aluminum. So I built these out of just, this is I think a total of like 20 bucks, not even, because I didn't even use it all. So it's probably like maybe $13 worth of aluminum to build this roof rack for it. So it's pretty cheap, really easy to work with. I would recommend doing it if you have a good aluminum place nearby. But that allows me to pivot the panels up from the rear on that axis there, so I can tilt them upward toward facing the sun while it's setting and or in the winter months. And in an effort to avoid my dog jumping on and destroying my passenger seat when I take him for rides, I always put this blanket down, and then I built this board which I can slide into the seat, which has carpeting and a pad on it, so he can jump on the seat without ripping the upholstery on it, because he likes to run around because he's wild. But I cut this board very specifically. As you can see, it has some notches at the end there and some white area. This, obviously you can't apply a lot of weight to it because these dials don't hold a lot of weight, but it's notched out to fit exactly into that space and rest on the center console, so that the two front passengers have a place to eat, or use it as I use it just for, like, if you have styrofoam style takeout or any kind of small meal stuff to eat. It's an easy way to have a surface to work with, and you can put your stuff on it and still access your drinks underneath. Now I'll get the air mattress in here, which is normally deflated and under this side compartment over here, so that's always in the vehicle as well. So I'll put that in there and show you. And that's with the air mattress installed with the seats pushed all the way forward, which gives you, I think it's about 6'6" in total space to sleep in. Let's see. The gate shut, you get a couple inches before you hit the gate. And 5 foot there. Oh. Yeah, so you'd be about 6 feet right to the top of there. So actually a couple inches over. That gives you a couple inches past 6 feet as a sleeping compartment area, which is plenty enough. And it's plenty enough for 2 people, I would say, comfortably. It's a queen size air mattress that fits in the back of a vehicle, and there's plenty enough room for all of my equipment. I'm also going to add webbing that attaches from the top row up here and to the other side here, so I can strap things directly to the ceiling. I'll put some kind of foam on the ceiling to prevent it from hitting and making noise. That's the HD TV antenna as well up there, that black circle. But yeah, that's the Jeep itself. I think the TV turned off because the HD tuner isn't on. But yeah, that's it. And when I'm pushing these forward, I'll keep the refrigerator in the passenger seat on top of the board, so that it isn't obviously in the sleeping area as well. And that's actually just out of the Jeep right now, right here, and 39 degrees. I got cold grapes, perfect, from water. And that is the evacuation ready Jeep. And then hers, we can just carry all of our stuff in the back of that one, so it's perfect.